Spin, 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 spin. Ah, there we go. Um, the stuff that's happening with Iran at the moment. Okay, I'm not going to go into the details, but the thing that's really bothering me, right, with regards to what some media has put across, and I've alluded to this lots of times before. Now, Iran has just blown down a drone, a big drone that was doing some spying on Iran. I haven't seen anything too negative about this as such. I haven't seen too much rhetoric saying this is awful that they've gone and done this, which is good because I feel it's awful that there are hypocrites out there in the first place that are saying that Iran is being this evil people wanting to make a nuclear weapon, and those people that are saying this already have nuclear weapons, and particularly Israel that has undisclosed amounts of nuclear weapons that have never been actually audited about their nuclear capabilities. Yet they're the ones that are crying foul that Iran are going to do this, and it is Israel that is actually threatening nuclear attack if that was the case, It doesn't justify anything. I don't know why they think they can do that, yet anything that Iran does is just seen as horrible. Yet it's the media that tells us that Israel and USA are the ones that are doing the right thing here. But that's the thing. Mainstream media. There was a little bit today on the morning that I seen, and it didn't allude too much. There was nothing that I seen. Maybe I walked out of the room when it happened, but I didn't see anything about it. The Iran drone takedown tonight on the news, on the My channel that I was watching anyway. And then when you go out and you talk to individuals about the situation, and certain people, they're worried about Iran. They're worried about China. They're worried about Russia. They're worried about these nations that in recent history, now certain ones are different than others, so you got to remember this. They were just the main ones that I've been picking on here. But when it comes down to recent history, like let's just take Iran for instance. Iran has not attacked, has not been the aggressor in a military kind of conflict in over a century. Yet we've got the US, which has been this aggressor that attacks every other year a different nation. There has never been on the books in the whole history of America. They haven't been in an actual war. They are a warmongering country. And I mentioned this when I was living in the States, when I was a senior in high school over there, and they did not like this, yet they don't see it because that is the propaganda that is fed to them in the high school system or in any system, schooling system. They are seen as the good guys. And now this here comes over to New Zealand as well. We're portrayed that the good guys are the ones that we support, which is America and England and France and so forth. They are the good guys because we are against Iran having these nuclear weapons and so forth. It's the propaganda that we are receiving constantly. But then, the way I see it, and this is me, and I'd like to see more people actually go with this. Now, if something was to happen, if something nasty was to go down because USA is dumb enough to actually throw in some kind of attack that starts World War III, or for instance, based out of Iran, and then if that was to happen, or Syria or anything like that, and then China and Russia were to come in to go, hey, you guys can't do this. Why would we here in New Zealand be classed as being on a US-based side? I don't want to be part of a US-based coalition or an English-based coalition because that is our traditional ties. I don't want to be part of the aggressor of the situation. If we are going to have what we call, which is no such thing, but if there is a good versus bad, if that was to happen, I would see us as being on the bad guy's side. So if there was an attack on Iran, I am classed as a bad guy. And I will not wear that badge, but I'm not going to bow down. I'm going to tell everyone that we are the bad guys. I tell that to the children in class, that a lot of times when USA is brought up, I say that we support them. I give them a basic connotations that if these guys are the aggressors, and we support them, we are the bad guys. Because they use the connotations that, are we going after the bad guys? But that's the thing, the propaganda gets to the young children. In the essence, we are the bad guys. Because I live in a country that supports the crap that goes on. We support the aggressive nature of the United States and all its, friends. We are part of that friend network that is the aggressor in the world. So we are the bad guys because we are the aggressors, and I hate that. I don't believe in good and bad, but in this situation, we are the bad guys. Remember that. Take that on. Look at the situation. If the aggressors are the ones that are doing the initial attacking, that makes us the bad guys. Go tell everyone that. You need to. So, spinny, spin, 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 spin.